Hello. Welcome to today's midday meditation. I hope that wherever you're joining me today, that you are having the most beautiful of days. Today, right now, as I'm recording this and going live, it is Monday, and it is where I am. True winter day. It is snowy. It has been windy. Right now, the sun is beautifully shining and setting all that new snow, that new fresh snow, all sparkly, crystally. It is good and properly cold. Well below zero, and it is likely going to be like this for the next few weeks where I am. And maybe the weather where you are is similar, and maybe it is completely different for you. Wherever it is that you are joining me, wherever it is that you are meeting me today, I welcome you and I thank you. Because you see, here we are in the last half of January, if you can believe it. And, things are now fully back into routine after the holidays. Things are now fully back into routine after the big rush of the new year and the rush of all of the newness of the new year, the resolutions, the ideas. My inbox has been full, social media has been full, and everything around us for a lot of January is about fresh starts, finally getting things done. And if your inbox or social media feed is anything like mine, there is a ton of information in there with people sharing ideas, knowledge, techniques, fix-alls, everything and anything, sales even, right? There's a lot of New Year's sales still happening. So it can be a lot. And on top of the weather, it can be a lot. And so, the holidays, it could have been your experience at the holidays was a time of, you got a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of rest, a little bit of fun, and you perhaps were feeling refreshed to get back into the new year. And then now here we are today, where I am right now is January 19th. We are in the latter half of January, and things are just back to usual. And that might include your stress levels. I think there's kind of two sides of the camp on the state of stress for people right now, following, on the two sides of the coin, right? There's people that rush through the holidays, but that for whom the holidays are in and of themselves stressful, and there's a longing to get back into routine for it all to kind of just be over and things to be normal. And then, as I described a couple moments ago, there are the people who really relish the holidays for a time of a break and getting out of routine, and relaxing and enjoying and having fun. And then, either the two sides of that spectrum, but there's a whole bunch of stuff in between as well. Or maybe you've been away for vacation, or you're about to go away for vacation. There's a lot in January of just kind of this unsettledness. And in particular, in the latter half of January, right, when things are kind of back to usual, um, the stress might start to be at its usual, business as usual pace feeling for you. And so in today's midday meditation, we're going to give an opportunity to break that cycle of stress. That's exactly what we do here every week. If you've been here for a while, you'll know that to be true. And if you're newly joining us, or maybe you've newly found us, or maybe this has popped up in your feed, this is what we do here. We break that cycle, that momentum. And especially in the middle of the day, it's a perfect time to do a little reset. So that's what we'll do here together for the next few minutes. So if you have not already done so, I want you to find yourself in a comfortable seat. And that, that can speak to the quality of that which you are sitting on. But it can also speak to the quality or the way in which you are seated. So when I talk about a comfortable seat, it's less about the quality of the thing that you're sitting on. In truth, I think you could do this comfortable seat absolutely anywhere. But I want you to think about kind of your foundation first, establishing those points of contact between you and that which is supporting you. And we follow that by just kind of settling into it. And it's helpful to close your eyes as you do that. Settle into that which is supporting you so that we can let it support us. And you're welcome here to close the eyes. That's a great way to begin that internalization or breaking the cycle of the intake of information, intake of sensory input. And that is one of the key ways, I think, to, break the stress cycle. And then once you've done those couple steps, the only thing left to do is just to breathe. And yes, it is as simple and as easy as that. Breathe. And you can feel the movement of the breath, the flow of the inhale and exhale. Maybe noticing how the movement of the breath changes the shape of the body. It might be as you inhale, kind of having you sit up a little bit taller so that there's space for the inhale to fill. And on the exhale, you might notice that in that space, on that foundation of space, you settle a little bit more into your structure, that which is supporting you. So a few inhales and exhales, just like that. And you can continue to practice that at your own pace. There is no need to control the breath, to force it into anything that it's not. We just witness it, feel it, let it move as it will. That is a lovely connection to your deeper wisdom and intelligence. The breath moves without forcing, without the need of extra effort, of its own accord, of its own requirements. And as you close the eyes and let the breath breathe itself, you may notice that there's moments that the mind wants to pop back into activity. All the things that you need to or feel that you need to get to today, to cross off your list, to get done, to solve. And every time it does that, which is natural, that's just a means of kind of digesting, pulling those things back up so that they can be released. So instead of, engaging back with them, just notice them. Oh, there's a thought. Oh, yep, that's another thing. And let the breath just come back into your awareness. When I teach this, when I share this, and I talk about this as a foundational way of breaking the cycle of stress, I often hear, well, that's nice, Kim, but that can't be it. That's too easy. That's too simple. What else? What else do you have? And quite honestly, I've got lots of other things, techniques, ideas, thought leadership in the space of stress, practices. Like you, I have been studying my area of expertise for a long time. So of course I've got access to information, knowledge, and of course I love to share ideas and knowledge and practices and things that are aligned with my world of yoga and Ayurveda. But I think, and I know, that throwing all of that type of stuff at you when you are in a cycle of stress, when you're stress stack, and I've got a lovely video about that in my Kim Talks Stress series over on my YouTube channel, which I'll link in the notes below. But when you are in that state of acute stress, all of that knowledge only creates more stress because it's something more to do. It's something more to understand. It's something more to assimilate. It's something more, gosh, to put on your list of things to do today. And that perpetuates the cycle of overwhelm, burnout. So yes, I've got lots more in my toolkit of things and my repository of knowledge and my stories and experiences to share. But this is a foundation right here. This is what we do. This is the starting practice. And this breaking the cycle or the momentum of your day will always be step one. And it could also be step two and step three. It's repeatable. It's easy. And it is practically effortless. So my wish for you today is to, well, is maybe two or threefold. First, for you to stay in this time of inner contemplation, inner release, breaking the cycle of activity and stress. In your comfortable seat with your eyes closed, breathing the breath for a good, 3, 5, 10 minutes if you want. That's my wish number one. Number two is that you take the opportunity to practice this, not just when we get together here, often on Mondays or whenever you find this video or whenever a new video is posted. I do this with you once a week, but this is something you can do anytime, multiple times a day, multiple times a week, with no downside. That is my second wish, that you repeat. This is how we experience the benefits of a practice, is through repetition. And my third wish is that if you find benefit and you enjoy this time together, that you also will join me in my upcoming Winter Glow Up and Stress Reset challenge. And while it's called a challenge, it's actually quite simple. The registration link will be in the video below. It's based on 3 key components, but will set your winter, the rest of your winter, off to a start that is, or a continuation that is, with significantly less stress. That's why it's a stress reset. We're going to let go of a bunch of that accumulation. And especially coming out of the holidays and the flurry of New Year's resolutions and back to routine, this is the perfect time for a reset. So we'll do it together. The 3 parts include, when you register, you will receive my exclusive stress assessment tool, a really simple way to qualify or quantify your baseline stress level, because I can tell you with 100% certainty that there are no 2 stress loads, there are no 2 kind of stress assessments that are alike. And you might hear the term stress. That can have a whole different meaning depending on who you are. I like to say your stress is as different as your fingerprint. And this tool will give you a nice solid baseline from where we start. And in this way, I can help ensure that your Winter Glow Up and Stress Reset is as personalized as it can be. There is no one size fits all here. Part 2 is a masterclass, a stress, understanding stress, in particular, the pitfalls of typical stress management. We'll gain some clarity and talk about stress together so that with your baseline, we can establish some good language about it, as well as what I mean by stress-less living. And part 3, which I am absolutely stoked, so excited to do, is our 7-day reset. So 7 days of one simple stress reset activity. And we'll do that together over in my Facebook community, which you'll gain access to when you register. And you can, based on your stress assessment, choose when to the most optimal time for your daily stress reset. all the information and daily videos will accompany the challenge. And that's it. 3 simple parts. And I can promise you this. If you are stressed, overwhelmed, burnt out, if any of those words kind of resonate with you, if you are worried about how much stress you're carrying, if your family members or doctor has ever said you need to manage your stress, if you are looking around you and see everybody stressed out all the time and are just feeling like that is the collective norm that you are dreading, then this winter glow up and stress reset is absolutely for you. You will never look and stress the same way again, and you will be armed with a simple reset that you can do anytime, anywhere. We're going to practice it. This is not about me sharing or dumping a bunch of knowledge on you. This is a very practical, experiential opportunity. And like I said, this is my 3rd wish that you will join us there. All the details are below. And until next time, my lovely friends, enjoy this moment of reset that you are taking for yourself. And I will see you again soon. Thank you. Namaste.